ஆல் இன் ஒன் யூபிஎஸ்சி தமிழ் சேனல் நண்பர்களுக்கு எனது அன்பான வணக்கம். ஸோ வெல்கம் டு தி சேனல். This video is going to be in English only, uh, and I hope you would have seen the thumbnail and the title. This is all about the pressure that Indian rupee faces, or the weakening of Indian rupee, depreciation, whatever you can say. Usually it is backed by inflation. I hope you all know that. And the reason why, because I'm just giving this video in both language separately, in Tamil and also in English. The reason is this is a wide range of thing which should reach everyone. That is the only thing that goes into my mind. So for this reason, I have given this video in both language. This is a English one, and the another thing, the same content, but it will be in Tamil. So whatever the language that you are comfortable with, you can watch it. So please subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon so that you will receive the notification in future videos. So the entire concept what we are going to look now is why Indian rupee depreciates, or why it faces the it why it become week. That is the thing that we are going to have a look on it. I hope you would have read the Hindu newspaper. Some people might have omitted it because as you might not understood what the content says about. But now I'll give you a clear picture on what it says and what it is all about. So the first point is, and the first and foremost of all, is the Russia Ukraine war. So the Indian currency, what is the link between the Russia-Ukraine war and the Indian rupee? That is nothing but amidst of this war, you would have repeatedly seen in the news that the crude oil, the price of crude oil, petroleum, and many of the valuable things price has been risen up. Why I'm stressing crude oil and these kind of things is crude oil, petroleum, like that, because these products are said to be inelastic. What is inelastic? That is nothing but even if the prices increase or even if it decrease, the demand for that product never changes. That is called inelastic. So in this particular products, the demand is high, or maybe the demand is not changing, um, but the price are rising. So you would have known the basic concept about inflation. If not, I'll give you a quick picture so that you can follow up with this further video. So inflation is nothing but when you're going to a shop and you're paying when you're paying 30 rupees for a burger. um, First time if you're visiting a shop and you're paying 30 rupees for the burger, and if you have a dollar which is worth of $1 which is worth of 70 Indian rupees, 70 rupees of Indian, and you're if you are a foreigner having the $1 and you're going to the same shop, you'll get two burgers, right? And also you'll get some balance. And another day, what happens is the burger gets inflated. Inflated means the burger rises to 40 rupees. It increased to 40 rupees. And with that same $1, a foreigner also come again to the shop, and the value of the dollar is same. It is 70 for the Indian rupee, and he can buy just only one burger. If he needs another burger, he has to give one more dollar, and he will get the change. That is all up to, that is something that is not needed now. But I hope you have understand that when the money, whatever the currency it may be, when the money gets depreciates or if it get inflated, the export has more favorable than import, right? If you have to import with your inflated money, you will be paying more in such a way, right? And if you are exporting means the foreigner is giving more money, as I have given a burger example. So now let's get into the main concept why Indian rupee depreciates, or why it is getting weakening at a larger pace. So we'll just as I have already told that crude oil, petroleum, everything is getting inflated, and this thing affects the world countries. So this is the first point given in the newspaper if you have seen that. um, to give a fact about something, Indian money has weakened about 7.5 percentage so far in 2022, and 11 percentage euro pound has got weakened or depreciated. Several Asian countries like Korean, Philippines, uh, Thailand, those currencies has been depreciated or weakened more than 10 percentage this year. So this is some fact that you have to remember, or you can make a note of it. So this is something, the first point, the first and foremost thing given here. And you have to understand that what is Fed. So if you have seen the newspaper, you would have noted that Fed has increased. Fed has made this kind. Fed has done. What is Fed? Fed is nothing but federation. What we call Reserve Bank of India in our country, like that, the institution, the money institution, currency regulating institution in US is said to be Federation. Fed. So there is that is the difference. Okay. So the next point they are saying is regarding to the inflation in India and this world, the this global uh, war kind of things, inflation, it's all going around. Amidst that, India faces the very worst situation of what? Foreign portfolio investors are selling their things and get back to their countries, and making their investment very safe. Why? As I already said, pound, euro, every developed country's currencies are getting inflated and depreciated. And if they want to survive in future, if this situation goes like that, this investors has to take out their money and keep it safe with them, right? I hope you get the concept. Some investors from foreign, I hope you are getting my point. Maybe the developed nations, euro, pound, the countries which have euro, pound, those investors from that country will invest in the Indian companies or any enterprises, something. What happens is, as their country is getting inflated day by day, they have to keep their money safe and secure for their future, right? So they will disinvest all their investment in India, and they get back or rush back to their country to have to make a safe investment like saving in bank. So such kind of things are happening. This situation has impact, what impact this with our economy or with our currency is nothing but, as there is more demand for the demand arises for the foreign currencies, as those investors are getting back to their nation. What RBI does is putting more pressure on the local currencies, the rupee. So it is getting, when the currency is getting more demand, there is a more inflation, there is a pressure on local currency. So this is the very good point that you have to understand. And the third point is the widening gap. What is the widening gap? So the crude, and as I already said that crude and commodity prices since the war in Ukraine, so the imports have become costlier. So other countries has also raised the products. Comparing to the export, import of India is increased. So before giving the fact, I'll give you the conceptual clarity that when you import more than export, your gajana in Tamil, or your the your money, your money will get dropped, or your money will get drained, isn't it or not? So when you give more from your packet to import, what will happen? whatever you have earned from the export will get reduced, right? So this is the situation. As again I already mentioned that when you give out of your pocket and you will some some point you will land without money, right? So again the pressure is given to the local currency. That is what happening in India currently. So now let us come to the point. What is that is the fact. So I have explained you the concept. I'll give you the fact now. There is a trade deficit that peaked at a record high of $26.18 billion in June 2022 in India, right? Import growth outpaced that of exports. So there is a fact given here, 23 percentage of export, while in other hand there is a 58 percentage of import in June 2022. So in the first quarter of the financial year 23, the trade deficit ballooned to $70 billion compared with $31 billion, which is in the past year. So this is something that you have to understand. I hope you got cleared with this thing. And next point they have given is deteriorating CAD. A widening trade deficit causes that current account. That is nothing but what is current account in your point of view? Can anyone comment down? Or I'll explain you. Okay. So current account deficit is nothing but the trade, the government or the RBI which maintains the separate account for this purpose, export or so if you are a commerce student, you would have known those who are doing the business will maintain the current account, right? So as like that, every country will have this kind of current account for special purpose of trading. And this current account, which gets the whatever the money that they are getting from foreign, they'll save it in that current account. So what happens is, as all these things are going around, it gets it deteriorates and adds pressure. So the same point is given again and again, but the reason is something other, right? And India is importing more goods and services and spending on services overseas borrowings, that is exporting or earning through remittances, which in turn creates more demand for dollars, right? Um, Then the next point is muted exports. What is muted exports? A weak currency. What is weak currency? As I already said, the currency which is inflated or depreciated. A weak currency bodes well for export. I already said that if your currency is weak, it is very well bought for exportings. Okay, it makes them more competitive. However, exports are also dependent on global demand, which has been slowing. So you may think that why can't the India start exporting more as the currency is weakened? With this weakened or depreciated currency, that is inflated currency, India can export more. Then why India is not doing that? You may have this question, but the answer is there is no global demand. There is the demand. I cannot say there is not no, but I can say that there is very low demand in global uh, market, right? So you can see this fact in June, India exported 40 billion worth of goods exported. Okay, sequentially a rise of just 3 percentage. With slowing global economic growth and looming recession fears, a depreciating currency may not help spur exports, which otherwise would have helped at least partly bridge the widening trade deficit. I hope you get this point. And I'll go for the next point, that is a rising import bill. So the same thing is given again and again. So this is nothing but as we are getting the more essential products like crude oil, coal, fertilizer, gold, we this is these kind of products are inelastic. I already said in the beginning of the video that this kind of things are uh, this is very essential for our thing. The demand may never get decreased for this kind of products, so it is we cannot reduce the import. This kind of import accounts half of the bill, so how can we reduce it? We cannot, right? So this kind of things are not we cannot do anything with this import bill. You might have any idea that why can't we reduce the import bill so that we can control the pressure on money, but it is the point that it is quite impossible to do that, as we are importing the inelastic products. I hope you got the point. And next thing is nothing but to prevent a runaway depreciation of the rupee. What RBI is doing is deploy dollars to prop up the local currency. So RBI has doing some measures to cope up with this. They are deploying the, the dollars. Okay, the drawdown of dollars to sell in the forex market has withered reserves from a high of 642 billion in October 2021. Reserves has been fell to 573 billion in July 2022. We have a fifth largest forex reserve, right? You know that India is the fifth largest forex reserve. RBI is well positioned to defend the rupee against undue volatility. However, the reserves are currently just enough to finance. I hope you have noted the point. With the value of currency we have now, we can just finance up to 9.5 months of imports only. If you compare it with June 2021, we had 19 months of import cover. So how drastically it has been decreased. So this is the current situation of import cover, but somehow RBI is trying to cope up with these difficulties. At last, amid this geopolitical tensions and increase by the Fed, that is Federation, US, the institution, the monetary institution of US. Okay, to combat US inflation, the rupee has been on a downward spiral due to concerns over the rising local inflation and a deteriorating current account deficit. For foreign portfolio investors have pulled out of Indian equities, that I have already mentioned in the beginning. Slowing exports and an inflated import bill have also weighed down the local currency. In order to iron out sharp volatility in the rupee, the RBI has dipped into its reserves, which, however, has led to fall in import cover. So, this is the situation at present. This is a very interesting topic which everyone, maybe you are a UPSC aspirant or if you are a RBI aspirant, whoever you may be, but this one is very much, under confusion for many people or aspirants or whoever. This is not just related for the exam, but also you have to know if you are a common man, um, who don't who doesn't prepare any exam, because this is the mandatory thing if that we have to learn as we are a part of Indian country. So I hope you have got everything clear up to this point. So this is the current situation, and you might have learned what is inflation, what is the current situation of Indian rupee, what is depreciation, and the live example of it. And if you have felt this benefit or beneficial, you can share it with your friends. And if you have any doubt, just put it in the comment box. Do subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up so that I'll get motivated to post more videos in upcoming lectures. And this channel is basically Tamil. I'll use Tamil language. And this video, the reason why I have made in English is nothing but it's a wide range of wide range topic which everyone should understand. And yeah, if you have any doubt, please put in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Stay subscribed.